Welcome back to the Juice Podcast. Today we are having a special guest with us.
Yeah, we're not alone this time.
No, I was going to say welcome to Emilie Thorsby.
Thank you so much.
Great to have you here. She's a rising pop star from Denmark who's been taking over Australia, America, and probably also striving to take over Denmark, right?
Yes.
At some part of your career.
Yes, some point.
For some kind of weird way, she's taken over like some of the biggest places on Earth, but not the smallest yet.
Yeah.
That's kind of like impressive. But that's Denmark for you.
Yes, I'm. Yes.
We haven't quite come over to Rasmus Seebach yet.
Nope.
It's the best to the last, like I'm saying.
It's great to have you here.
The best fans at the end.
Yes.
Anyways, today we are discussing topics of how it's being an upcoming artist in the music industry, especially from Denmark, and trying to strive for the stars. And you are one of those people who's been striving for those stars. You actually reached them.
Yes.
In the American flag these last few months. Can you tell us about that experience? Like you released a song called Mafia Girl.
Yes.
And we've been listening to it. I really love the track.
Yeah. Thanks.
So how was that experience for you? Like seeing your song going viral anywhere else but here?
It was crazy. it was like in and out experience,
Yes.
if you can call that, because I'm always glad for this big support and my fans and the audience that are always here to listen to my music and to promote it some way. And when I just hear that my song Mafia Girl just got on top 200 in USA and got reviewed on different music blogs, not only in USA, but 6 different countries, also in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Cool, Japan. Yeah, that's cool.
Again, one of those bigger countries.
It's the big ones.
Yeah.
That's perfect. You know?
And I can tell it's my first review or like a spotlight in Japan.
Yeah, cool.
That's insane. Like so did you just send your music over there, or did you catch it somewhere, or did it spot you somewhere?
I just send my music everywhere, and I think when it came to Japan, it just I think it just exploded. It has shared over from music blog to another music blog.
So it kind of just snowballed out of there.
Yes, you create your rings in water like that.
Great, man.
Absolutely.
So would you say that it's one of the biggest opportunities there's like having, you relied a lot of music blogs from what I can hear.
Yes.
Yeah. So like you see that music blogs are actually a little bit underrated?
Yes, I think especially here in Denmark, because music blogs are like radios. They get so much great expose, and you can get so many fans like this because there are so many that are reading and listening, to like podcasts and radio, but also reading so many music blogs, because when people are just going through the phone, they are scrolling and see some news and that's like on Twitter, TikTok, and do another platform where they are a music blog you can scroll. So they are.
So it's like putting your music in front of people who's actually looking for music, like.
Yes, true. It's like a newspaper, but just like get it quick.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. I was talking to you earlier about how you actually wrote songs. I asked you if you played any instruments, and you said you were learning the guitar, right?
Yes, I was. Right now, I'm just learning, little by little, to learn to play guitar. But right now, I'm just focused on to learn more and more with my voice and to train my vocal more strong. And because I can tell to my fans that I'm soon gonna record my new single, so I need to get prepared for that.
You need to get that voice like top notch.
Yes.
I found it like so interesting. I'm more interested in the actual songwriting procedure, how you actually did it. Because like me writing songs without an instrument, I can't. I wouldn't even know how to do it. Because
do you even know songwriting?
No, but I'm just always I always have a guitar. I hear dude, I don't even hear what I want to have in my head. I just start playing and stuff comes out of my hands. That's how I usually do it. And I was just always so fascinated by people, just like Michael Jackson, actually. He did the same thing. He didn't really play anything. He just had things in his head and it turned into great music. And Mafia Girl is a super crazy good song. So I'm like really impressed of how you actually come across that, how you feel that.
Oh, thank you. I feel so honored. he was really a great musician, Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
really a star like that.
A star like that, exactly.
Yes.
He was great. He was great.
Yes. I think because I have it first now, I'm gonna learn to play an instrument. So before that, when I was not playing any instrument, I need, to learn some skills without the instrument. So I learned to listen more with my ears. And when I just first hear, it can be a melody, or if I walk through the street, or I see, something, or I sometimes when I just, can lose my keys when it drops on the floor, it makes, that like a different sound, and I'm like, oh my God, it could be really a great song or a great, instrumental to this song. So I get this idea to a text to this melody that just comes
so
up
it's just
in my
like
head.
there's like music in so many things around you, and then you hear something that, oh, that's kind of cool. What if I sang this to it? And it could literally just be keys falling on the floor.
Yes, and even when I just look on some grass, or I look up to the sun and seeing water on the beach.
So you just see musical patterns in so many. That's amazing.
And I know it really sound crazy, but sometimes I can see the melody in my head. And I can see the lyrics and the vision of the song.
So that doesn't sound crazy to me at all.
It's not unheard of, really.
Yeah.
It's been documented by several that other people's having these experiences.
Yes.
And if you're talking about Crazy and Unhinged, have you seen this show?
No, but
we only do Crazy Unhinged.
I love crazy stuff. Yeah. So now I'm looking very forward to see the rest of the shows.
Amazing.
But I have this experience yesterday because I have read a lot about it, and I heard so many interviews by other musicians that tells about this experiments. They can see, the melody in this head. And but it was just first yesterday I was really experiencing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just saw the, how you can say it, the melody vibe and the waves in the melody in my head.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I've talked with a lot of other musicians who use colors as a visible representation of their
seeing
music.
Colors, seeing the sound of colors as well.
It's amazing for something that doesn't exist, like a thing that is just traveling through the air, something that we hear, and we can use so much else visible representations to actually communicate it by colors or sounds or shapes and stuff like that.
Yes,
and it's funny how something that is so defined by its sound, it's nothing physical in front of you, that we still manage to interpret as something physical.
No,
yeah, exactly.
and it's not usual that we do that kind of stuff, because when we are meeting other people and seeing different things in different countries or different places, we always create somehow an experience. Yeah. Even if it's small things.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not like weird. I see those things in my head, the melodies and the text. And I just, when it comes to songs, I can already see the cover of the song and the music video to it and the story.
So you visually illustrate your entire marketing while listening to the track.
Yes.
It's amazing. Wow. I don't know how you write music. As I said before, when I write,
I have no clue either.
But when I write music, there's a lot of nothing going on in my head. I know that sounds
like now.
Yeah, right now. But
no.
But it's more. I don't really think about it. It's like I do something. I take a chord, and that chord kind of just wants me to go in a different direction. It wants me to do something. It's not a matter of what I think or what I do. It's what needs to be done, if that makes sense. If I'm playing some kind of riff and I don't know where to go, I don't know why I'm playing that riff, I just do. If I take some kind of sharp A sharp minor, then all of a sudden I just needed to go over here. I need to take the riff that way.
Yeah.
That's how I write. I don't even think about it. It's just something that feels right when I'm doing it.
Exactly. It's like having some sort of an adventure in your head, like having a pathway, like feeling that I want the song to, like the song wants me, especially to go either higher or lower into some kind of different energy. But at the same time, when I'm experimenting with stuff, I can hear that, oh, that chord didn't sound good.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
I'm having the vibe, and suddenly I'm hitting a chord that says, "I don't hit that one."
But it's one of the reasons why I always say that I write what the song wants me to write. I write according to the song, not really according to what I want to, because it doesn't feel right if I impose my ideas on a song who doesn't want that. If that makes sense. It's like I'm defined at the song. I don't define the song. It's kind of weird. But yeah,
defined.
But like music has always a story. That's a story why the song was written and produced, and you're gonna stay on stage and sing that song. It's because you have a story to tell.
Yeah. And sometimes those stories can be super simple. Sometimes it can be about nothing, the story about nothing, but it's still a story.
But the story does not need to be something big and something, oh, wow, this is just crazy. Sometimes the small stories also have important in the music.
Sometimes it's just an energy. The whole rock and roll thing is just an energy of partying and having a good time.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like, you need to feel like that way, or dancing it away.
So like the story of Mafia Girl.
Yes.
Can you share that with us today?
Yes, I will so gladly share it.
Yes.
I wrote my song Mafia Girl because it all started in March here in this year.
Yeah.
I have said to myself, I will never date a guy again, because before that I have really been unlucky, and guy have not been so sweet to me. So I took the chance, got on Facebook dating, and
there's a thing called Facebook dating.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, and
okay.
True. I was like, oh my God, there are so many dating apps and sites. But yes, Facebook has now got a Facebook dating.
Okay, cool.
Yes, crazy.
Why not?
Yeah, crazy, but it works. So why not? Like you said.
Yeah.
So I was just, like you met on Tinder. It's the same thing. But here you can look more to the person's profile instead of switch.
Oh, you can like stalk them in a more deeper way.
Yes.
Okay. It's like I'm gonna stalk you until I find out if you're gonna swipe or not.
Oh yes. Bad girl here. Bad girl.
and then what happened?
So I got the contact to him. He was right to me, and he was like, "Oh my God, you are musicians. You are pop artists." And yes, what are you doing? Oh, he was. So he write to me what he was doing and what he's like, and I was fresh to meet him for a date. I was like, okay, I said to myself I would never date again, but what the heck? So I just said yes, and we will meet. So we have seen each other like 4 times, and I was not in love, but I was getting close, to think he was sweet.
Yeah.
For the point.
You get stirrings.
Yes.
Stirrings.
Little butterflies in stomach.
Yeah.
So we were seeing each other, and some point, I could not understand why he has lost the interest in me and not reply on my message and not was calling me, and it was different to meet up with him again. And I was like, I do not understand what's going on here. What's going on right now? So I got a call from him, and he was like, yeah, I need to drop this because you're not my type and you are so boring. So get away.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, I was really sad because I was like, how dare you to call me boring?
You're a musician, for God's sake.
Yeah,
There's never a dull moment.
Nope.
No, but it hurt some way because I was really like, on my way to like him. So it was like, so we stop here.
Yeah.
That's also unfortunate when you just left a bad relationship and was kind of trying to get into the game, and you kind of get that experience as well.
It was really hard for me to start over again because, like you said, the bad experience has really said, it had stopped for me. It had blocked me somehow. So it really take for me so lot of braveness to go on a date.
Absolutely.
It was really hard for me.
So there wasn't really any closure to it anyway.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
And so when I was like, pick up the phone, and he has no guns to meet up with me and say it to my face, but just not call me and say, "Oh, you're boring. We dropped this. I don't think we have a thing together."
So he took the cowardly way out.
Yes, the coward way.
Yeah.
And is that what the song is about, Mafia Girl? That's that whole experience.
Yes, true. So the song Mafia Girl is like how to overcome things when you get down and you're just like, I got so disappointment, but I need to stay strong. I need still to take my responsibility and take things and stand up, strong like a mafia.
Yeah.
Take action.
Yeah, cool.
Because it's really fun. Like when you hear just the title "Mafia Girl," you're immediately just thinking something sinister.
Yeah,
something devious.
Perhaps. Yeah, a little bit.
Someone who's got something planned for you.
I wasn't actually when I think about the title "Mafia Girl," I wasn't expecting a kind of sad love story kind of thing and about surviving and that kind of stuff. I was thinking something completely different. So that's pretty cool. That you kind of get surprised in the lyrics in that way.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that because there has been so many different kind of words about the song and review about it, how it had been like or it had been hated. So it has. I feel like the song has created its own discussions by itself.
Yeah, it's kind of spiral into its own life, really, out there.
Yeah, but it does become a bit controversial. I do actually like the title Mafia Girl because that it has that sinister thing. And then all of a sudden you get hit with these emotions and there's a story and it gets all kinds of confusing, but in a great way, in a good way. And it is amazing when you can hit people who will both be extremely offended about the song, but also people who will extremely like it and love it.
Almost be someone who's offended,
because that means people are talking. That means it's really hitting something.
Yeah, like if you make people talk, then you're doing something right.
Absolutely,
true.
Yeah,
and it's a true words. And I know so many of my fans in the USA can relate to that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like others said, and I also said to myself, you're doing great when you got haters.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Like taking the haters' comments and doing it, like taking it to something positive. Like they're helping your algorithm in many ways. Yeah. We spoke about that in a previous podcast. Yeah, I remember that. Like people they had 20 positive comments, but they have one hater, and the hater, that's the one they remember.
True.
And they're like, instead of deleting that comment, just, I don't know, comment the cry emoji back or something, because it's gaining you comments and it's helping the algorithm. Like they're helping you push your stuff by hating on it.
Because yes, true. Because even if the haters download your stuff to talk shit about it, it's still it still helps you to grow because you got streams. They have buy it on iTunes.
Yeah.
And so you also got streams and money in perfectly.
And we should, of course, also remember that art is, of course, subjective. It is what it is. People like it, people don't like it. There's nothing that's called bad music. If you like the music, then you like the music. It is now good music.
Yes.
If two people like that music, those people, that's good music.
Yeah.
And that's the subjective part of it. There's always people, especially online, who like to make music an objective reality.
Yeah, exactly.
So there are something that is called good and bad, which isn't really true. It's an individual thing. But I also think we musicians need to be a little bit careful about being too immune for critique.
Yes.
I do like people when they tell me, oh, I didn't like that, or I didn't like this, or, all that kind of stuff. I think it's important to distinguish that people who are just bad crazy and stupid in their brain and really should shut up online. They should shut up. But it's not that I love actually hearing people say, oh, I did like this song, but I actually didn't like this part. Why did you do this part? Or why did you have the bass so loud? I don't like the bass so loud.
There's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
Of hates and, you comment on something you were like, oh, I better like this line, or I better like this verse, and I kind of like when you put guitar on that or more piano on that instead of you like you said, and like, oh, that's kind of
because we also need to be honest.
It kind of confirms that people listen to your stuff.
Absolutely,
you listen to your song and have actual feedback to it.
Yeah.
So, but we also need to be honest about that. We musicians, we also can struggle with our self-esteem, and we can also take a little bit too much offense about stuff sometimes. I think it's always difficult because I don't want to live in a vacuum. I don't want to like exclude myself from all hate or all negative comments, but also I know that they hurt as a mother.
Imagine that reality, just living in a vacuum and like every other day there's stuff coming in.
Not a vacuum cleaner. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
About that cleaning stuff, I got, I think the most crazy comment from a fan I got was like, he really wished there was a music video by me where I just, pewed up glitter.
Glitter? We can make that happen.
I was like, interesting. I was like, what is like a fetish you have, or it's kind of crazy idea.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
But somehow I like it.
That's a great idea.
I don't know why, but
it's
like
insane, but
Yes.
Weird idea. Thank you, Mr. Weird Person.
That's what it is.
I love my crazy fans.
Yeah. So like now that we've been into discussion about the story about Mafia Girl and how you got to that point, what would you say was your biggest struggle, like in your career in general, getting your music out there?
The biggest struggle is like if it's not rejections, it's like when people talking about you. Also in this industry, because yes, you can meet some very nice people, and I have met the sweetest people and really great, amazing people. But I have also met people that are not sweet, and not good for me somehow.
Yeah. So it's like people within the industry.
Yes, and they're like to talk shit about me and write some really, really not sweet things to me private.
So like
that's
okay. That's again, you're hitting them with something that they don't like.
Yes,
you're
true.
like you inspired something within them for them to have to write that.
I just woke something up in them. It's like when you go to arena and you like bully somehow.
Yeah.
You're like standing in a ring of people, or a kind of like of animal like in Spain.
Yeah, all right.
Yes,
yes. I get that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's all about, to hate, to create hate somehow, but not hate like it's going through those people, or you hating like of those people. It's like to, getting anger somehow.
Yeah.
Set things on fire.
There are really some people who wanna stir up for no reason, and it is.
And I think I just got that in those people also, even if they are in this industry like I am.
Yeah, it is unfortunate when because it's become a bit of a meme, general or joke in the music industry. Like I've seen a lot of like really professional, some of the greatest Danish musicians we have, and when they are being asked in interviews, so what do you want to say for the future generations of musicians? And their answer is always just don't.
Yeah, don't.
It's a shitty industry. It will cheer you up and spit you out and throw you in the garbage. Yes. And it's horrible because we do have experiences like that. There are so many people. There are great people. It's amazing. There's wonderful people in this industry. And then there's just the people who really shouldn't be here, they should have absolutely no power, because that's
true.
all they're in there for, power and money, and
Yes.
and it is an industry that will abuse the hell out of you for money and then just leave you the second they're done with you. And that's really horrible to say.
Like, I
really,
remember-
but it's saddening that you also had that experience.
Yes.
Like back in January, I think it was this year, we were at this musical conference in Copenhagen. And for a lot of upcoming musicians, there was a lot of networking stuff, and there was a lot of seminars, and
Yes.
and at the end of the day, there was like this interview with one of the biggest, I think is what we call it, like country rock stars we have. Yeah, I would say that's the genre, really. Like it's hard to pronounce. Like it's rock on an acoustic guitars. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's been in the game for a long time, so he's like a veteran these days. And he's still active. He's still releasing albums. And he was the last interview before we all go home. And you have all these inspired young people who's really been fired up the entire day with the networking and the seminars and tips and tricks and all these things.
That's amazing.
And what he did was smash that entire fire down the water. Like, he was hopeless. He felt, he just said to everyone, stop making music.
What
Just don't do it. It's the worst. Get a real job, or you'll get drunk like me.
It was kind of a really weird experience.
It's so demotivating, really. Like, what happened?
Wow.
Like,
the most horrible part of it is that he was right. That's the thing. He's right.
He's speaking truth in a way, but in a way that from a perspective of someone who's been through some stuff.
Yes.
Really.
But I think you're right, because if he's not have been through that kind of stuff, I think he will not have talked like this or have had made great music.
Exactly.
Yes.
But then again, it's from a perspective of a manager and an upcoming artist. It's like, that's not the thing we wanted to hear right now.
No.
Because if we keep telling young inspiring artists to just stop and get a real job, like our parents told us for years, we would not have any new music out there ever.
No,
we would still be listening to Led Zeppelin.
It kind of can kill the soul of the music and like kind of the interest in this.
Because we also need some people in the music industry who's not afraid to actually talk about how the industry is, because nobody wants the industry to keep being like this. We actually want to change it. We also need to talk about why it's this bad. And that's also where people like you come in. You've had some great success overseas. You've experienced the industries, the ups and the downs of it, and you're getting out there. You are getting to the stars. You are writing amazing music.
Oh, thanks.
And we need people like you to also represent that part of the industry. We need someone who's been through it but still has their feet on the ground and are honest about it, and just are willing to say, you know what, there's amazing people in the industry, but there are also some really ones.
Yes, because
and we,
if I was just sitting here and like sweet talking and said it's like adventure. There's a unicorn, there's a glitter, there's a butterfly, and it all's like kind of shiny, and it's all greatness.
That's all ideas from your weird fans.
Yes, and I love it too. But I will just be a big liar if I said all that kind of stuff, because it's not all about hard work or how to really push yourself to the limit of those things. It's also about connecting to other musicians and other people in this music industry. But sometimes it can be hard when people are like to you and not very sweet. And so I know I'm not the only artist struggle with that.
Yeah. No, like they keep telling you to keep grinding, you keep moving forward, you keep working hard, release new music, be updated with the newest social media strategies.
True, wrote
keep
a new
going,
song
keep going.
about it. What your next concert? Keep going, keep going.
And they're like, sometimes we need to like pause for a minute and think about the mental health aspect of it all at the same time.
Because that's also a thing that we can always say that it's a hard job being a musician, and it requires hard work. But does it though? Is that really all it is? Because you also kind of need to have one of the like a really stable mental mind to take all the beatings, and especially now in with the social media age. That's the thing I always find so interesting, because this is the first time in human history we've actually had this technology. It's not that we have, 200 years ago, they also tried something. So we have nothing. We know nothing about how this is going to affect us. And we can kind of see now, after, 20 years with this, how it's going to affect us. And it's shite. It's really hard.
It's really
everybody
bad out
has
there.
opinions about you. And everybody is beating you down. And it really went from being tough being a musician or an artist or any kind of media content creator, and it being hard, to it being freaking impossible and almost require you having a drug addiction, because it's really hard on your mental health.
Yes.
And that's also a part of it. We got to be honest. It's not just the hard work that's going to kill you. It's also all these other things. And it is really hard. And nobody knows what they're doing.
True.
Yeah.
But as there are some places that are going to help with that. And one of those places is called Mental Voice. And I have been talked with them, and I'm not afraid to be open about I have talked with those people, because I think it's great there are people like them out there to help musicians.
I actually met one of the representatives from on a festival in Denmark.
Yes.
As well, and she was amazing to talk to. That person and talked about how they were trying to create a more foundation for musicians to actually talk about their mental health, not necessarily on stage, but just to someone, and also before it goes wrong. So they can actually, because that was one, she was actually the one who started the foundation.
Yeah, exactly.
And she said she was just wondering why it is that there are so many musicians who blow their brains out or are on drugs or are drinking and stuff. Like, what are we doing to them? What's happening? And she decided to look a little bit into it. And she told me that story about how many people she met and how unfair and unjust these people actually being treated.
Also it's a lot about the expectations that's going on to you. We had several idols now saying that if you keep trying to one-up yourself with every release, it's going to destroy you in the end.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of expectations from your fans and from listeners out there, but what they have to keep in mind, and that you have to keep reminding them, is that the song that they like, that you wrote 5 years ago, it's still there. You still wrote that song. They can listen to it as much as they want. You're still going to perform it someday. It's not going away just because I'm writing new stuff. So if you don't like my new stuff, well, go back, listen to my old stuff then.
True. And I'm glad if my fans have some recommendations to songs they like, or melodies, or kind of other stuff with my music. But like I said, even if I'm going to put new music out there, it doesn't mean my old songs will not get love, because even if you get new music out, your old songs still need some love.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also like, what are the goals? Like, are you striving towards being the new Britney Spears, or are we striving to just earn enough money in so we can make a living out of this, or are we reaching for some kind of numbers on Spotify? So it's again, what are the goals for the individual musician?
My goals is like not to be like Britney Spears or like the others, because I'm myself. So I'm a kind of new vision of the artist. I'm not like being, I'm the new Britney Spears, or I'm the new Beyonce, or, kind of go.
You just want to be the best you can be.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
That's cool. That's a good way of seeing it.
And you can say my experience and what I said to myself, if like I will be better than I was last year. So that's my goals.
Really,
I have goals for like, I would like to get there. I would like to give concert there. I would like to my music get play like there, or like.
It's like making a visual mood board.
True. Yes.
Can I ask? You mentioned your fans, and how much do you interact with your fans? Is that like a thing that you enjoy? Are you encouraging fans to take to contact you?
Yes, I really love it, and I got so many messages from fans. It's like kind of different stuff I got. a message.
That's gotta
from
be
the fans.
weird, actually. Also, like that must really hit hard. Also, because that's a very real representation of how many people like your music. One thing is numbers on Spotify. All of a sudden, people start writing and say, "I love this. I like that." Or something. That must have been amazing.
Yes, and sometimes I'm still like, I was never thought that I could hit people like that with my music, because in the start I was like, okay, I just got my music out on Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't think people will get time to find me on Facebook and write to me on the private message. But I got so many messages, and I can see I have got so many friend requests on Facebook from especially USA, but also Denmark and other countries.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. It must really be fun to see from like starting out with like just releasing one song and seeing very few numbers. Let's be honest, it's always few numbers with the first release, and it will be very ambitious to see anything else. And to suddenly having like hundreds of comments going on like everywhere on all social medias.
Yes.
Having people to interact with all of a sudden, usually it's just crickets when you release something,
and sometimes
and then something it's just explodes with stuff to answer to.
Yes, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I still feel I like everybody else out there. But it kind of get like, I like it. It's not that, but it kind of give me like a special feelings when I'm going out and I'm lucky enough to be recognized.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have, got so much radio plays here in Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Have you tried going out there being recognized like on the streets?
Yes, I have. I have been. I was experienced when, like, even if you're an artist, you have a normal day like other people. So you need to buy groceries.
Yeah, of course.
Just standing there like fumbling for tomatoes, and suddenly there's someone like,
Artist
"Hey,
needs
you!
to eat."
I recognize you."
Yeah. It's not like I'm a music machine that can go on and on. I need to eat.
Yeah.
We all do. But I have kind of experience when I was going out and buy groceries, and I was checking my phone, to see the clock, where I was like to be on the studio, what's time I need to be there. And I got a message when I was going home that there was one fan that has seen me, and I was like, oh, do you have? Yes. What is you that were like going out from Netto there?
Oh, that's cool.
Like, yes, that is me. And he took a picture and showed me.
So you had like
little scary also, but that's sweet.
Well, that's paparazzi for you.
yes, it's sweet. But like I have said to people, just come and meet me and say hey.
Yeah, just ask.
Hello.
Those that kind of. I think a lot of artists
come up
actually
to
say
us
that.
and ask, man.
Like, don't be all secretive about it. Just come up and say hi.
Yes.
Like, that's easier.
Yes, it's way more fun. We can actually interact with one another.
Yeah.
Instead, I have to see my the back of my head on some weird Facebook page somewhere.
Yeah, like we are attention-seeking horse.
Yeah.
As an artist, of course we are. We're releasing music because we want attention. So
It's like
please.
it's like when I'm starting working with a new client. It's kind of fun when I'm asking them, so what are your goals with your music? And they're all being a little, well, I just want to inspire people and be me, and blah, blah. I said, go for the freaking stars.
Yeah.
I need go nuts, go with the ambitions, because I, as a manager, need to know what I'm supposed to work towards.
No.
Do you want to be the new Britney Spears? Fine, then we're gonna have to put some things in place and have like branding going on. We need some costumes on your. We need we need to do some dance moves when you're performing. Like that's the thing that we as industry, like from people within the industry, needs to know.
Yes.
We need artists to actually be honest about what kind of stardom they want to achieve.
True.
Else we have no goals to work towards, because if they're just we just want to inspire people with this and this and this. Fine, you'll get there.
Yes.
Great. Write songs about that. But what are your goals? Like, what do you want to do?
You need to have goals, because if you don't have goals, you're just like floating around.
Yeah. And that's and I feel that's like probably 80% of the reason why some artists never really get signed, because they don't really know where they want to go.
And true, and there are so many great artists out there.
Yeah, they
so
just need to.
I don't understand either.
I have a last question because I think we are about to have to be done with this.
Just ask.
And I will ask one last thing. Do you mind sharing what's the next project? Do you have some spoilers? Do you want to tell what you're working on now? Is there anything?
Yes, I would like. Yes, very much. I can say here in September, I'm going to record my new single.
Oh,
I cannot talk. Cannot say the name of the song yet or how it's gonna be, but I will just say I will record a new song soon.
Amazing. Great. I hope we are going to be allowed to interview you when the new song is released.
We would really love that.
And that was a bit of a tease, and we can't even hear what it's called. So we're going to have to book you again in September.
I have one last question though.
Yes.
And after that, you can have your question for us if you have one.
I like.
And of course, a message to your fans, for everyone who's listening. But my last question would be like, what would be from a perspective of yours, of course.
Yes.
Your favorite live show that you played?
Oh, my favorite live shows. Oh, it was on Bornholm on
really?
The music house they have.
Oh, cool.
It was really a great vibe, and I just love people there. They are so sweet.
So if people from Bornholm they see this, they will be, oh man, we did that. We got on that list. We got number
really
1.
I like it because when I was going on stage, and perform and singing my songs, people was like, "Yay!" and sending hearts, and there were also 2 fans that was trying to get up on stage to me.
That's
so rock and roll. Like, we're gonna crowd surf to this.
Yeah, I was just happy. I was like, yay, there are coming more people.
Like you're starting to become the Lady Gaga phenomenon, where people just walk on stage just to stare at her.
Oh, I love Lady Gaga. She's amazing.
She's cool.
And she's like, hi.
Yes, I'm just
security.
I'm just like, yay.
Yeah, I made it as a musician. I almost got attacked.
This is what we're doing on Bornholm.
I think everybody else is like, okay, don't get too close. I'm like, yay, more people.
People crowd surf to pop music on Bornholm.
Come to me.
So do you have a question for us here on the Phoenix?
Yes, I do have a question.
Yes.
What is your biggest inspiration when you create music?
You want to go first?
Should I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
My biggest inspirations. Well, I can tell who my inspiration, what music I've always listened to. Van Halen, AC/DC, everything 80s, everything 90s. Whitesnake, I love Whitesnake. But when it comes to writing music, I don't really play that kind of music myself. I have released a song myself, a Danish rock song. One of the things that I do think inspires me is just being allowed to do what I want. I've been playing with a lot of other musicians. I've played with him. I've played with a rapper. I've played with some pop artists, some metal artists.
Yeah.
And a lot of what, there's a kind of infamous quote around me and some of these artists. They're always telling me, less. Because I like to be a little more technical. Yes. I like to do more. I like to be,
Well, you are an 80s guitarist, so there's
I'm always
a lot going on when you do stuff.
Simple stuff. And like simple is
Dumb
boring.
It down, dude.
So when I write my own music, I just allow myself to do whatever the hell I want to. And that kind of inspires me to let go of this idea that I need to fit in what other people want me to, which I will do because it's their music.
Yes.
But just doing what I want is amazing, and that just inspires me. So if I want to write, a pop disco song, and I want to shred a solo, I'm gonna do it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's great.
So that's what kind of inspires me, just letting go, doing
just
what
great.
I want.
I just love that free spirit.
Yeah,
and it's kind of funny, like when you're going out playing with someone, like especially me or Jonas K.
Yeah,
it's like we keep telling you play like if we could play it.
Yeah. I think
dumb it that much down.
Yeah. I think I would say it doesn't have to be right; it just have to feel right.
Yeah,
yes,
that's how I do it.
True.
And what about you?
Yeah,
your biggest inspiration is me, of course. So
sure.
Wow. Wow.
We can say that.
That's great love.
But I would actually say like Rick Rubin came up with an awesome quote for many years ago. That guy is a freaking He's like freaking Jesus on steroids when it comes to music theory and music quotes. Like, write music that is for you and find inspiration from genres you wouldn't normally listen to. And I tend to do that. Like, if it gets stuck in a writer's block, especially, I tend to put on Spotify playlists from all kinds of genres I would never listen to, and go like just sit there and get ideas.
Nice.
Especially top lining ideas. Trying to sing along to, I don't know, jazz music.
Oh,
let's see what's happening.
That's great. Deep. That's deep.
So that's one of the things that I strive towards the most. It's constantly when I get writer's block, just find stuff that I would normally never listen to.
Nice.
So yeah. Do you have anything you want to share with your fans and our listeners over here?
Yes, I will just wish everybody a amazing day, and do not listen to haters. Just keep going. Whatever you want in life.
Amazing.
Yes.
Love it. Well, let's end it on that
that's
note.
the bad end quote. Thank you so much for being here. We love having you here. It's been so much fun. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. It's been amazing to have you here if you watched all the way through. See you next time.
Remember to go check her out on her socials and stuff like that.
The links will be down below, of course.
All that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And September, something new is going to happen.
Oh,
yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.